Street. A lot of people are getting offered money for their properties, and there's a lawsuit going. And I know the county thinks that they're going to win, and our lawyers say we're going to win. So it's like, okay, well, who's going to win? The judge is going to decide. But I don't understand why we allow these people to get, because they're calling me up at my township, and they're all nervous that they have to sell their property, and they don't want to sell their property. And what happens if they sell their property and then the county loses and everything doesn't happen what they think? And I said, well, you lose your property. They're not going to get it back if they buy it from you. So, to me, it's like, why, I know you vetoed a resolution, and I know the board voted one way or the other. It don't matter. But just as a human level, if there's a lawsuit going and we don't know what the determination is from a judge, so why would the county want to take people's property without knowing how the judge is going to decide? Because, like I said, we think we're going to win. The county thinks they're going to win. But who is really going to win? We don't know until the judge makes a decision. So, to hold off for 4 or 5 months until this thing is solved, because we're going on our 3rd or 4th judge now. Nobody wants to take the case. And I don't know why that is, but whatever. But, I would just like it that we could stop looking to buy people's property when there's not an answer as to the decision of a judge. And then the last thing I got is the flag, because that was all over the place. I'm the township supervisor, and I felt that our nation is in trouble, dire trouble. And so I asked my board individually, because I ain't breaking the Open Meetings Act, and everybody agreed with me. And so I put the flag upside down for a day. And that was just to say, we are in trouble and we need to talk about this. And, people were on one side were screaming, you can't do it. The other side, they're screaming, oh, thank God you did it. There's no right answer whether it was good or bad, but I believe, and my board believes, that it needed to do that. Because if you go to you don't think we're in dire needs. What happens when you go to the store and you spend $100 on something you used to spend $50 on? Or when you go to the gas station and the gas costs how much money? Then now the petrodollar is no longer a petrodollar. It's gone. So the United States currency is failing. And we got 2 wars going on. And I can go down a list over and over and over again. And that's why we are in dire stress for me. That's why I turned it upside down, and I would do it again. It's just very frustrating that this is going on in our country, because it doesn't matter about political party. Everybody's suffering the same damn way. Everybody. Sorry for saying the damn word. But we shouldn't be looking at this and saying, oh, the flag. What about the country? What about your life? What about your children? What about what's happening to every single person here? And if anyone can come and tell me why you don't think we're in dire stress, please come and tell me after the meeting. I'll listen. But we are. With that, God bless everybody, and God bless the United States of America.
Leader Traynere.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the Will County Pride Organization, the Naperville Pride Organization, and the Joliet Pride Organization for coming out for today's Pride Proclamation. I think it was awesome that we accomplished this today. As to the comments and queries and speculations about the Mental Health Board, they are no different than any other board that county has representation on. I've never seen curiosity about the health board. I've never seen anybody question minutes about the Heritage Corridor Board. I assume it's the money that has people so interested in rather than standing or sitting here on the board and saying things that aren't true, it might behoove each and every individual that has a concern to find that website, which is on the county executive's website under boards and commissions, and read the minutes and read the agendas rather than making claims here on the board floor. I know in my community, they've been very concerned about the new tax line item for the mental health board. And I actually was invited to speak at the Rotary Club to explain to them how that tax line item came about, that it was the voters. And I gave them actual numbers from the coroner's report, which is part of what motivated the county board to put that even on a referendum for the voters to vote on. And I explained to them the process as it is come to fruition so far. We still have a long way to go, and I really want to thank our fellow board member, Elna Lynn Costa, for serving on that board. It is more of her personal time without compensation, and it is very much appreciated. As to why I think my fellow board member felt that our country was in distress, I'm a little concerned because it just happened on the day that a former president was convicted of 34 felony counts by a jury of his peers. That is our American way. When we're following our Constitution and our jurisprudence and all of the rules that are set out, and you just don't like the outcome, that doesn't mean that our country is in dire straits in any way, shape, or form. Had the Russians come over and attacked us, I could understand the flag being upside down. But that, in fact, is not what happened on that date. And if, in fact, the reason for flying the flag upside down was all of the reasons that Mr. Balich gave, then it should still be upside down because our economy still isn't really all that much different than it was a couple of weeks ago. Things are the way they are because of a lot of different reasons that I'm not going to go into today. I do want to encourage everybody to watch the public television video about the Arsenal property. It was a fantastic video. Our county treasurer was even in the video. If you are not a PBS watcher or subscriber, I urge you to consider that. They talked about the Arsenal property and its history. They highlighted Medewin, the intermodals. It was just an absolutely fabulous portrayal of Will County, including the RNG plant. So it was really, really good. I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July holiday. It's just a few days away. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair Ogala.
Thank you. I would also like to respond to the conversation being had about the flag. When somebody decides to do something about the flag, the nice thing is we live in America and people can make those choices. Just as several years ago, when there was certain groups going around the country and burning the flag and stomping the flag, and certain board members that are sitting in this room today, when we did the Pledge of Allegiance and somebody had said, please join me in standing, say the Pledge of Allegiance, certain board members said, they don't have to stand if they don't want to. So this flip-flopping is really kind of like crazy. I believe that we're lucky to be an American. We can make comments like that if we choose, but you also have to be respectful that the other person might have a different position on that particular issue. So we can all throw stones all we like about those type of things, but remember, we can always toss stones back and forth. So I think you guys should really respect each other's right as an American to be able to do and say what you want to do and say. So that is something, and I believe stomping on the flag is probably something that is illegal as well. I want to thank our members today for our first time proclamations that we had for both Father's Day and D-Day. D-Day especially since it's the 80th anniversary. So significant. So many lives were lost that day. And it was great to have the veterans come up and stand before us today and remind us of why we can do the things we do here in America and why it's so important to protect the rights that we have. I want to thank everyone for the work that they've done on their boards. I know it takes a lot of time out of your life, but that's what you signed up for when you ran. I will address the veto situation and that the county board voted 12-6 to support the hiring of a consultant for the landfill committee. That is the board's duty to do what they think is necessary to do the work of the county. We need to have a consultant so that we can make the right choices in moving forward with everything related to the landfill, not just the expansion, but we need to have that. And it's unfortunate the county executive has not once or twice or 3 times or 4 times. I've lost track actually how many times that the county executive has vetoed some action of the county board. So that's an unfortunate situation, but that seems to be the style that's happening here. I don't like it. I'm vetoing it. So anyway, in addition to that, I would like to then remind everybody to have a safe 4th of July. Micah, thank you for those information that you gave. I think that's something that people don't hear often, so it's good to hear that. And have a happy, safe 4th. Thank you.